Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And as you can see, we actually broke above the 200-day moving average yesterday, or maybe 8 hours ago, and that is a very good sign. We are also above the 4-hour RSI right there, the moving average on the 4-hour RSI. And what we need to do right now is retest it before we can continue going up. So I think the best case is that we continue going up. Maybe we get to around 75 cents or 76 cents. And then after that, we get a correction, which is okay because this could be a first wave right here. And during the correction, we could actually test the moving average on the 4-hour. And this time, if we stay above it, that could give us a bounce. And that's pretty much exactly what happened over here. If you can remember, we tested the moving average on the 4-hour RSI, and then we went from 58 cents to about 90 cents. So this is what we're watching right now. And other than that, I don't know if the low is already in because we do not have 5 waves up. So if you want other targets, first we need to get above this high at 79 cents and then above this one at 81 cents and then above the B wave high at 85.6 cents to confirm that something more bullish is going on. And we could always get another low, and if we do, support is on the chart. I'm not going to talk about this for too long because in this video I want to talk about something else. But before I do that, let me talk about the 5th wave as well. If you have not watched yesterday's video, the target had to be changed yet again because we got another low right here in the 4th wave, and right now the target I think is at about 99 cents, let's say $1, and we should get rejected there. Of course, it could overextend maybe to the next extension at $1.10. But if we go above that, and if we even break above $1.14, which is the red line on the chart where we got rejected in the past, which, by the way, this is the 0618 of the previous all-time high. If we get above that level and there's no resistance here, then I'm going to assume that maybe this was actually a 1-2 setup and the next move could be the 3rd wave that we're waiting for. If that's the case, it's not gonna be the end of the world. I mean, yes, it could work as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't really see it, to be honest, and I would much rather have it as a 1, 2, 3, 4 with another high that I'm expecting to get. So other than that, let's look at the daily. The daily, as you can see, is looking pretty bullish. We are getting a bounce off the bull market support band, and something like this has not happened in a pretty long time. And actually, it has not happened since May over here. As you can see here, we broke above the 200-day moving average and the bull market support band, and then we had a correction, and we were also in an uptrend like we are right now. But here, as you can see, after testing it multiple times, we never really managed to bounce, and that gave us pretty much new lows, or, you know, in this case, another bottom, which was a triple bottom. So this is what we need to avoid right now. We need to stay above the bull market support band, and we need to stay above the 200-day moving average. In this case, the 200-day moving average actually acted as resistance, but right now we're already above it. And other than that, what we need to do right now is get to the moving average on the daily. I know I said a couple of days ago that we might get another high right here, which could put us at $1, and during that time we could get rejected by the moving average, but I don't think that's gonna happen anymore, just because, well, the RSI on the daily only has to go up like 10 points, let's say, and, well, I think if we get to like $1, the RSI will probably have to get way above the moving average there. So I'm gonna assume that maybe we're about to get above the moving average right there, and if we do, we could get another high and maybe get to the overbought territory, and that could put us in $1, and then we could still get a correction. So yeah, the moving average on the daily is gonna be a very important resistance level, and if we get above that, then it could be pretty bullish. And other than that, I talked about this yesterday, but on the weekly chart, we closed a wick exactly at the bull market support band, and this is looking extremely good, not because we are above the bull market support band and not because we broke above the bull market support band, but also because if you look at the RSI, what we did on the weekly is actually extremely bullish, and this has not happened in a very long time. So we stayed above the moving average right there, unlike, for example, over here. And the last time something like this happened was back in November of last year when we tested the moving average, and that gave us a 300% move to the upside. So we could be close to getting something pretty good, just because first of all we had a cross on the bull market support band, and second of all we are staying above the bull market support band, which leads me to believe that we might get something pretty bullish. And if we do, I mean, it could be very impulsive. And if you look at the RSI right here on the weekly, you could actually put a trend line, and you could say that the next RSI level could be at 87 or so, depending on when we get there and if we get there. And so far the structure still looks the exact same, and I'm still tracking another third wave over here of the much bigger third wave. So no, I don't think it has started, but I think we are trying to work on the first one to set up of that third wave. So other than that, let's go on the monthly, and not much about this, but I want to talk about the ADA Bitcoin chart. And well, on the monthly right here, there's actually something extremely bullish going on. As you know, this bottom, or this double bottom, looks exactly like what we had in the last cycle, and for that I actually want to go in the weekly because it's easier to see. So here we had a 1-2 setup, and then everybody thought we were going to new all-time highs, but then this was a fake out, we got another low, and then we started going up. And in this cycle it's the exact same thing. We had a 1-2 setup, we started going up over here, everybody thought we were getting to all-time highs, and then we got another low, and then we started going up. So I think we're just copying what we did over there, and this chart is showing some bullish indicators. First of all, on the weekly chart we got above the moving average right there, and we stayed above it. Also, we just had a cross on the bull market support band. The last time we had a cross on the bull market support band was over here. Yes, we did go lower in the short term, but in the long term we had a good bounce. So I think this is gonna help quite a lot. And if we actually manage to break out of this downtrend, and yes, we are still in a downtrend, so to break out of the downtrend we would need to get above the first wave high and then above that high. If we manage to get above 1,500 satoshis, the next target would be up here, and obviously to do this, Bitcoin dominance needs to break down. So let's talk about that for a second, and let's see what's happening over here. And we are getting rejected by the 200-day moving average yet again. Of course, this is not enough to confirm that it's a rejection, but there is some resistance in this area, and we are approaching the moving average on the daily RSI, so hopefully we actually get to it and we get below it. And if we do, I told you this yesterday, but that would turn the structure that we have right now, this move to the downside, into what we did over there. So over there we went down. During this time we were below the moving average on the daily the entire time. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the weekly chart, it was on the daily. Let's go to the daily. So over here, let me actually zoom in real quick. So we were below the moving average on the RSI the entire time on the daily, as you can see, and during that time we tested the moving average. We even got back above it, but we did not manage to get to new cycle highs because the 200-day moving average acted as resistance. And yes, we did get a couple of wicks above it, but we never fully broke above it, and at some point we started breaking down just because we broke below the moving average on the daily. So this is what we need to do right now, and well, the next step would be to break below that moving average, and then we could actually start going down without having to get, like, months of sideways price action. So that's what I'm watching. And let's go to the Ethereum chart. Ethereum has gotten to the 0.236 support level for the fourth wave move down, meaning that it could get a bounce. And keep in mind, here we got to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart. This has not happened since we were down here at $2,100, and before this it happened when we were at $1,400, as you can see. So usually when we get to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart, it's a sign that the low might be in. And yeah, I mean, this could show us exactly that, and we could get another move right now, which could put us around $4,500. If that happens, Bitcoin will probably start being outperformed because Bitcoin is not really doing anything right now, and I think it could still get to $137,000 in the next couple of months. But at some point we're gonna have to drop back to 100k If you know my theory about the weekly chart, you know why. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then check out the Discord server. And I think this is gonna be a fourth wave move down, then we go up again, and that puts us at maybe $200,000. My prediction has always been $250,000, but if we do not get there, let's be honest, nobody's gonna really care, because I mean, even if we only get to $140,000 or 160 or maybe 150, if the altcoins go up during that time, I don't think people are going to care that my Bitcoin prediction was off, because people are going to be busy thinking about their altcoins. So yeah, doesn't really matter what happens there, to be honest, because people are going to forget about it. People are only going to focus on the ADA chart, because this is a Cardano channel mostly. I mean, I don't really post anything else because, well, when I post something else, nobody really watches it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.